Hi, I'm Connie Townsend, group fitness instructor and personal trainer. I'm here with my two volunteers today from the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. We are having Peggy and Sherry help me to do a workout for you at home that you can do with us. We're using minimal equipment, and today we're going to use a chair. So we're going to combine a lot of different things through this hour. We'll be doing some cardio for the heart rate. We'll be working on our muscles. We'll be doing some balance and stretching. We're starting with a warm-up. So we want to sit on the edge of the chair as much as you can. If you have trouble with your low back, you can sit all the way back and use that chair to support you. But if you can, on the edge is best. We're just going to march. Now sit up nice and tall. Shoulders are back. All right. Now we're using a lot of core today as we sit in the chair. Just the act of sitting up nice and tall is going to work those muscles around the torso. So you want to draw that navel back toward the spine. That activates those muscles. When your back gets too tired, you just stop and kind of slump over a little, give it a rest, and then get back to it. Okay, in 4, 3, we're going to slow it down and lift a knee up, knee up, knee up, knee up. So we're trying to lift that foot up off the floor. Now, if you need to support yourself, push into that chair. Stay nice and tall. So we slowed it down a little. We're taking the time to try to get that knee lifted, get the foot up off the floor. Okay, let's kick. So you're just straightening out that leg a little. Keep it low. We're just warming up. And tap your heel. Are you still tall? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. All right, feet come in. We're still on the edge of the chair. Let's round the back. Kind of lean forward a little. Let that low back stretch. And then we're going to roll up and open out. Pull back. And forward. Exhale, round the back. And back up. Open up. Pull back. Get the stretch. Get a stretch in the chest and the shoulders. And one more forward. And back. All right, arms down. Let's march it. Knee lifts, up, 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 up. Okay, now we're going to take our arms, starting about shoulder level, opposite arm and leg. Just push up, push up, push up. Now we have to challenge our coordination. Get our brain warmed up for the day. 4, 3, 2, and heel taps. Okay, we're going to get those rotating muscles warmed up a little in the torso. So go back to that little kick. Kick, kick. Now, our arms are just out in front. We're going to rotate toward the straightening leg. So as you straighten it, we're rotating toward that leg. Just a little rotation. Kind of warming up those obliques, those muscles around the torso. Woo! 4, 3, and bring it to a stop. All right, let's round the back, roll forward, let that low back stretch. Feel that good stretch. Come on back up, open up. And forward, round. And up. Now we're gonna go up this time. See if you can stretch those arms up and back and roll forward. And up and back. And forward. So we're gradually getting the body into the ability to sit tall for longer periods of time. Now, feet, chair width apart. So kind of glance, get them lined up with those chair legs. Now your feet are right under those knees. So we're not back here, we're not out here. We're planted right under those knees. Now we're gonna stay put for a moment. Back is straight, shoulders back and down. We're just gonna come forward, swing back. And then sit up tall, swing forward. And back, and up. Now if your shoulders don't allow you to swing up very high, don't push it. We wanna always listen to the body and stay within our range of motion. Stay within our ability. So you can always make these workouts much harder and challenging, or you can keep them really low. Okay, now on this next one, we're gonna come up from that lean and let's lean forward here. Push into those heels. We're gonna sit to stand and down. Sit to stand. So that's the trick to getting up off the chair without any help, is you lean forward. Good. So that's the great part of using a chair for a workout, is it gives us a little help with our squats. We're warming up those big leg muscles. All right, let's get those arms swinging back and up and down. Up. Now, if you need to do these much slower, please do. If you're just having trouble with them, then just maybe stay seated and swing those arms back and front. All right. So we've gradually warmed up the body, gotten the joints all ready to go. Woo! Okay, so keep your chair and we'll continue. Okay, we're going to continue in the chair, but we're going to work our muscles now. So grab a weight. We happen to have dumbbells, not very heavy, but you can adjust them heavier or lighter, depending on you. You can use a water bottle, you can use a can of soup, you can use a rock, anything that has some weight to it. So we're starting in our chair, seated. Our legs are about hip width apart. And if you can, sit on the edge of your chair, because that uses even more of your core muscles. So we're going to be combining a deadlift with an upright row. So let me show you the arm. When we sit up from our lean, we're going to be leaning and then coming up, we're going to be doing an upright row. So that means we're kind of zipping up our coat. We're zipping up the zipper, but the elbow ends up higher than the hand. If that bothers your shoulder, just keep it very, very low. We don't want to come up any higher than about your collarbone. So I'll show you the combination. You want to keep your back nice and straight. Pull the navel in, shoulders back. We're going to lean forward. Then we're using our low back and our leg muscles and our glutes to pull us back up to sitting, upright row. Leaning. Now you're feeling that, or you're pulling that navel toward the spine. We're leaning with a very, very straight spine. So keeping your back really straight. Forward, back, up, down, forward, back, up, down. So upright rows really work your upper back and those muscles up in the shoulder, the base of your neck. All right, come on down. We're gonna widen out those legs. We're gonna hold that weight, one end in each hand. Do some wood chops or reverse wood chops. We're not chopping down like you normally would. We're gonna chop up using gravity or pulling against gravity. So both handed, we're nice and tall. Your feet are a little wide so you don't fall out of your chair. And we're going to rotate. Now we're not leaning. We're just gonna stay upright. We're gonna start at the hip and swing up to the sky. We did that diagonal. Okay, so you're turning in your chair. You're turning from one direction to the other. So you're staying pretty tall here. We don't want to bend over or round the back. Just kind of facing one wall and then facing the other. Swinging up. A wood chop is great for strengthening your back, strengthening your shoulders, your arms, and a lot of core. Those rotating muscles in the torso are working. And one more. All right, we're gonna keep it over here, just in one hand. Sitting tall. So part of the workout is always to tighten up here, sit nice and tall. We're gonna bring that weight up to the shoulder, palm faces in, one shoulder press, down and down. We're combining a biceps curl for the front of the arm with a press overhead. That shoulder press uses all of the different areas of your shoulder. So that's our big strength builder. And sitting tall is part of the workout. You're getting a lot of advantage of sitting on a chair. Now, if you had a big fitness ball at home, the kind you sit on, you can try that because that's a wobbly surface and that challenges your midsection even more. Okay, one more. And come on down, let's switch hands. And anytime you need to, round that back, let that low back stretch. Sitting up tall is a big challenge. Okay, so turn the palm backward. Keep that back nice and straight. You pull the navel toward the spine, really activate those core muscles. Because as you lean forward, we're not gonna round, we're not gonna let the shoulders come forward. Keep them back, up and up, down, forward, up, down. So the seated deadlift uses the hamstrings, backs of the legs, uses the glutes and that low back. Forward, up, down, two more. Forward, up. And one more time. Remember, the elbow always ends up higher than the hand. All right, we're taking it in both hands now. Widen out those legs so you have a better base of stability here. Now remember, we're not rounding. We're just turning from wall to wall here. So let's start at the hip, swing up, and back down. Kind of a secondary advantage to this exercise is that you are changing your line of sight from one wall to the next. So that is helping with if you have any problems with vertigo or easily getting dizzy. We're training the head to be better in those situations where our line of sight has to change from side to side quickly. How about one more? Woo! All right, put it in that hand. Remember, sitting tall, always be readjusting your posture. Nice long neck. And it was a hammer curl, shoulder press. So just controlling that weight. Nice and slow down, control it, don't let it drop. When you're pressing overhead, you start with that elbow close to your side, extend the arm, and then that elbow pulls back down again to your side. So it was a combination of some leg, some glute, some low back, shoulder, biceps, lots of different parts of the shoulder. All right, go ahead and come on back down. Let's get a drink if you need to, and we'll continue with the next section. All righty, we're gonna work some more. We're gonna do it seated. It's gonna be kind of slow, but very effective. Put your weight aside. We don't need any of the weights right now. Once again, we're sitting on the edge if you can, but always scooch back and use that chair for support if you need it. Okay, first exercise, we're gonna be working our shoulder posture muscles back there, getting them activated. We'll be working our core muscles that go around. And we're gonna do this in a bent over position. So back is straight, shoulders back. We're coming forward. Now you can use one arm to support you, but I want you to keep that back straight. We don't want to round. We don't want to tuck the chin. Keep it level a little bit, but keep your eyesight on the floor. Don't look up. All right, if you can, fingertips on the back of the head. Now if that's too much for your shoulders, just kind of keep them there in front of the shoulder is fine. We're gonna do a wing raise and come back to center. So you're lifting that elbow, which gets the body to rotate. You're supporting your weight with that other arm. You can kind of feel yourself pushing into it a little bit too as you rotate and lift. So even without any weights, without any tools, just using the weight of the body, you are doing a lot of work around the torso. You're working a lot in the back of that shoulder, all those stabilizers that are back there. So we're taking the time to do some very important things. One more. Now you're drawing that navel toward the spine the whole time. Okay, come on back up to sitting tall. Now both hands in that position if you're able to. A little in front of the body if you need to. You can even fold the arms if that's more comfortable for your shoulders. So whichever position, let's pull back a little, sit nice and tall, draw the navel in. We're just gonna turn, center, turn, center. So we're just rotating. But by having our arms up like this, you've activated the upper back and the shoulder muscles. Remember, if you need to keep them lower, that's fine. If you even need to fold them in front, that's fine. Whatever you're able to do. Woo! Have one more set. Those arms are getting tired, but that's part of it. That's part of the workout. Sometimes we just use the weight of the arms, the body weight, to do the work. Okay, same arm position if you're able, and if not, just kind of keep them in front, close into the body. Prisoner stance is what they call this. We're sitting tall, belly button pulled in. We're just gonna go side to side. So these are a little bit different than if we were just standing doing side flexions. This is, since we're sitting in a chair and focusing on our posture, keeping our back nice and straight. It actually adds quite a bit more challenge than if we were just standing tall. Elbows back. And also, if this would cause you any kind of dizziness, at least we're sitting down, right? And there's not that possibility of tripping or falling. And so it does allow us to do the exercise without the hazard. Come on back in. Let's bring the elbows together, round the back. A lot of shoulder work there. All right. So we're back to that first exercise. Our back is nice and straight, shoulders are back and down, belly button pulled in. We're gonna lean forward onto one arm. Other arm can be in front of your shoulder or behind your head, lifting that elbow, keeping it back. Now lift even more, rotate, and back down. So these exercises are very much focused on posture and core. We will get the heart rate up in a little bit. But right now, we're taking time to do those things that take slowing down, taking your time. How about one more? Woo! All right, come on back up. Let those arms rest a minute. Okay, still sitting on the edge of the chair. Let's straighten out one leg. You can kind of pull the toe in because we're going to keep it flexed. Now, all it is a leg lift. But this could be very challenging depending on how strong the core is, because it takes a lot of this to lift the leg. Yes, your muscle in your leg is working, but more than anything else, it's the core. Now fold those arms. We're going to add to it. So as it lifts, we're going to rotate toward that leg. So we're slowing down. Concentrate on keeping that leg lifting just straight up. Woo! Okay, one more. Woo! So you get really tired here in that part of the leg. We'll stretch that in a little while. Okay, other leg, straight. Well, we don't have to fold the genie arms yet. Let's start with just the lift. Now you notice the rest of your body. Posture's tall. Now, let's turn toward that leg. Now, it's really easy to pull that leg toward your center or across your center. Don't do it. Just straight up. That's part of the challenge here. Even though pulling it across your midline would still have a lot of benefit, especially up in your hip. Only what you can do. All right, one more. Whew. Okay, set your weight aside, get it out from under your feet. We're gonna get that heart rate up. Let's work our heart and lungs, build our conditioning, build our endurance. And we're working the core at the same time, because chair day means core day. So if your back ever gets really tired, just stop and round it. Let the low back stretch. Don't push the body beyond what it can do. We're gonna march. Remember to always be readjusting, sitting tall. Knees up, up, up. Now if you're able to, Let's push that opposite arm up, up. Don't think about it too hard. Just kind of let the body do it. I know, it's a coordination exercise too. Are you sitting tall? Pulling the navel back. Woo! 4, 3, 2, let's kick. Just low kicks, low kick. How about, let's add those pulls. Can you pull around? Another coordination thing. So think about just kicking, and then maybe just have your body start wiggling naturally side to side. And then add those arms. Woo! 4, 3, sit up tall. Heel taps. Okay, we're gonna add a little challenge to those heel taps that we didn't do in the warm-up. In 4, 3, now you can keep it like this or faster. Now you've gotta lean a little. Woo! All right, slow it down. Tap, 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 tap. Woo, those are hard on the legs. Let's go fast again. Woo! Ow! Slow it down. Tap, 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 tap. In 4, 3, we're gonna just come to a stop. Now, sit on the edge of the chair, be readjusting, always. Let's march it. Now make it more of a speed walk. So ignore the tempo. All right, can you sprint? Woo! That's awkward. It's hard to do. And back to a march. Woo! All right, let's plant those feet, chair width apart, right under those knees. Now you can add the swing of the arms if you want, or just lean, put your body weight into those heels, stand, sit. Now you can speed it up, or you can slow it way down. Or you might have your chair next to the wall or a countertop, and you might have to use that to help you get up. Perfect. Whatever your level is, the trick is to really lean way over, get that body weight into those heels, push, and that uses those big leg muscles. Now, if you wanted to add those arms, just get them swinging. That gets the heart rate up more. Woo! Do what you can. And one more. Sitting on the edge, readjust. Let's march it. Knees up, 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 up. Okay, think opposites now. Up, up, push, push. Four, 3, let's kick. Now, instead of rotating, let's push the opposite arm here. And you know, if you just can't quite get it and you're pushing the same arm, same leg, that's okay too. Anything that gets the arms involved gets the heart rate up. So if you can't breathe, if you can't get enough air in, if your heart's racing too high, then just lower those arms. All right, heel taps. Can we go faster? heel, heel, heel. All right, let's come to a stop. Sit on the edge of your chair. We keep sliding back on these chairs. All right, feet, chair width apart. We're going to just stand. Now knees up, knee. So now we're standing. Watch where your chair is, know where it is, don't trip on it. Opposite arm. Nice and tall. 4, 3. Let's make it a kick. Front, not very high. Let those ankles relax. Can you push the opposite arm? 4, 3, 2. All right, march it. Find where your chair is. Put those feet chair width apart. All right, let's drop down. And back up. And down. Are you leaning really far forward? That's the trick. One more. Woo! Have a seat. And march it. So see, you can even use a chair to get your heart rate up. It's pretty great. And you probably have one of these at home, so no excuses. All right, bring that heart rate back down. Get some water. Okay, we're standing this time, so still no weight. Get it out of your way. We're going to use the chair, so it is always there to help you balance and give you stability. If you're able to do some of these things without holding onto the chair, please challenge yourself. That's kind of the point, is we want to keep doing things to make us better at the things we're doing, right? So when you start getting the feel for an exercise we're doing, maybe start lifting your hand off. It's up to you. Okay, we're going to start with a flamingo. We're going to take that outside leg. Now, first of all, the inside leg is the one we're standing on, so don't lock that knee. Loosen it up. It's going to feel comfortable longer if we don't lock it. Take that outside leg. We're going to be doing a knee up, straighten, bend, and knee back down. We use a lot of core. So first off, draw that navel toward the spine. All right, here we go. It's up, out, in, down. So just take your time. If you have to keep it really low, that's okay. You're building those muscles in your leg. Over time, you can challenge yourself to get that thigh up to parallel to the floor or right out in front of the hip. So that leg that you're standing on is getting as much work done as your moving leg. Because all the muscles in your hip, all the muscles down your leg into your lower leg, they're all working to keep you stable. So it's a two-legged exercise, even though you're only working one. One more. Woo! Yeah. Feeling that one. In both legs, because this one's holding our body weight, this one's working. All right, we're gonna take that outside leg now, and you might wanna move back a little to start, because we're gonna go into a lunge movement. We've got the chair to hold us steady. We're gonna take the outside leg and just step straight forward. Now you notice I didn't put one foot in front of the other. We're hip width apart still. One is in front, one is in back. They're pretty far apart if possible. Now lift that back heel. Come up on the toe, in back. Okay, we're gonna drop this back knee straight down toward the floor. So we did not come forward with this front knee. Don't lean. Come straight down, back up. Now remember, your chair is there to hold you. Lunges are amazing. You're working the front, the back, and the glutes of the leg. You're also working on balance because your feet are split. Your core is involved. Only do what you can. If you could just manage a couple of them. Awesome. And next time, do one more. Okay, one last time. Okay, let's step our feet back together. One more thing on this side. Whew, good thing because our standing leg's getting tired. All right, let's stretch out that leg, point the toe, stand tall. I'm gonna take it up off the floor just a little bit and then just swing it. So we're just making an arc, semicircle with that leg. We try not to turn the body, especially when the leg gets behind us. Only go as far as that hip will let you. If you have really tight hips, not much mobility in them, make it a small semicircle. Okay, so once again, that leg we're standing on, very tired already. But the working leg, you're getting all those muscles around the hips strengthened really well. One more. Ooh. All right. Let's get to the other side. So unfortunately, if we do one side, we have to do the other. So all of that on the other side now. Okay, so we started with that flamingo. So legs are about hip width apart or so. Let's take that outside leg and up, straighten, down and down. You can slow it down, or you can speed it up a little if you want. If you have trouble holding that leg up there, you can make these a little faster. The slower you go, the more challenging it is, because you're holding the weight of that leg up. Kind of keep the ankle flexed. Up, out, in, down. Whew. Now just do what you can. If you need to stop and kind of shake out those legs a little, that's okay. How about this last one here? Okay. Now, we stepped, well, let's start further back. Outside leg. We step forward. Now remember, don't put them one right in front of the other. They're staggered. You're on your back toe, so let that heel come up. Shoulders are back. We're not leaning. We're just dropping the back leg. So when your front leg is bent, it should be about 90 degrees, maybe even bigger. You're using all those big leg muscles. We're working on stability and core also. Whew. You're kind of pushing through this heel to get the body back up. Let's do one more. And remember, only what you can do. So if you didn't want to do very many, don't. Over time, we build endurance. We get stronger. We get better. Okay, feet back together. Let's do our little half circle swing. So you point the toe, lift a little, and just swing it around. So by keeping the foot lifted up off the floor, we are working all the muscles in the hip. By swinging and moving it, we're working even more. So all of the stabilizing muscles in the hip are being used because you're in motion and you're lifted. Remember, try not to turn the body. We're kind of working on flexibility in the hip as well. All right, last one. Woo! shake it out. And we'll finish with a stretch. Okay, have a seat. We're done working. Now we're going to stretch all those muscles that we just worked. So let's take one arm. Well, first, widen out your legs. We want some stability in the chair. We don't want to slide out of it. Take one arm. We're going to lift up so you kind of feel your spine lengthening, and then reach over the top. Now you might want to use the other hand on the chair to support you. So you've really lengthened your torso. Now you're getting that stretch down your side as well and up into the arm. All right, come back down. Let's take that opposite side, that knee. Let's cross it over the other, like you're sitting cross-legged if you're able to. We're gonna kind of take it, a hold of it any way that you can. Pull it toward the chest. Sit tall, shoulders back. So that's a good stretch here in the hip. All those semicircles and things we just did. Now you might be good just sitting where you are, or you can take your chest, kind of turn more toward that knee. Get a rotation in the torso as well. That intensifies that hip stretch way deep inside the hip joint. But only do what you can do. And with a stretch, we take our time at the end. Now the stretches in the beginning are moving stretches to kind of get the blood flowing. We're warm now, so a static stretch is what we're doing now. Okay, uncross those legs, back to that original side, that arm, push out through the fingertips, lengthen the arm, and then pull it, which gets your torso to turn that way. So you're feeling a stretch across the chest, in the front of the shoulder there, in the rotating muscles in the torso. You're kind of getting those posture muscles to activate in the back of the shoulder as well. And then come back to center. Let's bring that arm across the chest. And with the other arm, give it a gentle pull toward the body. And that one feels good. You can feel the stretch from your back all the way down your shoulder and your arm. And then release. Okay, same thing other side. We're gonna take your arm. The reaching of the arm helps the torso to get longer. And then we're gonna come over the side, use the chair if you need to. Keep your balance. Really lengthening. All right, go ahead and slowly back down. Now cross that other knee over. Creak, creak, yes. Okay, grab it, and if you're able to, pull it a little closer to you, sit up tall, throw the shoulders back. Now if you don't have that kind of flexibility, don't do it. In fact, if you're not able to cross your knees, then in a minute when I turn us, you can just do it from uncrossed, okay? So you're tall, and you can, if you've gotten it this far, you can just stay put if you want, or go ahead and kind of rotate the torso. Okay, let's rotate back, uncross. Now that other arm this time, press it out there, just really far. Try to get it straight, and then start pulling backward, which gently turns your body. All right, come forward. And arms, we're just going to lean forward, pull up, kind of like we did in the beginning, and then straightening back up and open overhead. And then exhale. Keep the back straight when you're leaning, and up and back. And up. One more time. Kind of a full body stretch. Okay, bring those arms back down. Let's sit all the way back. Now, if you're able to, you can reach around and grab your hands. Sometimes your chairs may be too big and we can't do that. So you just pull back as much as you're able, kind of get those shoulders back and then down. All right, we're going to turn our head, look over, try to look over one shoulder. And then back to center. Let's tilt the head forward. So not letting the body come with it, just stay tall. Arms back a little. And then back up to center. And turn, look over the other shoulder. So you're trying to see what's behind you without turning the body. Come on back to center. And gently, if you're able to, look up. If your neck doesn't like that, don't do it. And then look down again. And then back to center. All right, we're going to pull the shoulders up to the ears. Then push down through the fingertips. That gets those shoulder blades down your back. We're going to tilt the head to one side. Well, I'd like to thank my volunteers again today for helping. And hopefully you got a good workout out of this. We are actually able to use a room in the Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club today to do the workout. And we want to thank them for their beautiful facility and letting us use it. Come on back in. Inhale, shoulders up. So you have a great day. Drink your water through the day, and I'll see you again.